Luis Diaz signs for MLS club amid renewed Barcelona interest in Liverpool forward. Liverpool has entered the January transfer window in a rather unique position, one in which the club is actively working to fend off interest from other top European sides in its star players. For a team at the top of both the Premier League and the Champions League, it's unusual to be the subject of such attention from rivals rather than doing the poaching itself. However, as is often the case with top clubs, the contract situations of key players have taken center stage. Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold all find themselves in the final 6 months of their current contracts, meaning they are free to discuss potential free transfers with foreign clubs. The contract extensions of these three stars have become a key talking point, and while Liverpool are in a relatively strong position to keep Salah and Van Dijk, the future of Alexander-Arnold remains a bit more uncertain. The young right-back, long considered a potential future captain of Liverpool, is currently the subject of serious interest from Spanish giants Real Madrid. The looming question for Liverpool is not just about keeping these key players, but also about avoiding a repeat of similar contract situations in the future, a scenario that could create more uncertainty in years to come. With Arne Slot, Richard Hughes, and the rest of the Anfield hierarchy tasked with making some critical decisions about the club's long-term direction, these contract talks are going to play a huge role in shaping the squad for years to come. In this context, the Echo takes a closer look at the latest transfer news from around the world concerning Liverpool. New England Revolution sign Luis Diaz's namesake. In an unexpected twist, Major League Soccer MLS franchise New England Revolution made headlines with the signing of a player named Luis Diaz. At first, this might have caused a brief moment of panic for Liverpool supporters, who are well aware of the club's own Luis Diaz and his importance in the Reds lineup. But fans need not worry. The Revolution's new signing is not the Colombian winger who plays for Liverpool, but rather a 26-year-old Costa Rican forward with the same name. This Luis Diaz comes from Deportivo Saprissa, and this marks his return to the U.S. after previously spending time with both Columbus Crew and Colorado Rapids. While the namesake of Liverpool's Diaz may have caused a stir, the Revolution fanbase took to social media with some humor, one even suggesting, "Get the Colombian one, he's pretty good." Barcelona eyes. Luis Diaz's future at Liverpool. On a more serious note, Spanish outlet Sport has reported that Barcelona sporting director Deco has been closely monitoring the contract renewal negotiations between Luis Diaz and Liverpool. The 27-year-old winger's current deal with the Reds runs until 2027. Though Liverpool's priority at the moment lies with the contract extensions of Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, there are reports indicating that the club is making significant progress towards securing Diaz's long-term future at Anfield. If Liverpool is unable to finalize Diaz's new deal, Deco is said to be waiting in the wings, exploring alternative left-wing options for Barcelona. Among these are highly rated players like Rafael Leao, Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, and Nico Williams, all of whom have been linked with potential moves in the coming months. Samuele Ricci signs long-term deal with Torino. What does this mean for Liverpool? In another significant development, Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Samuele Ricci, a midfielder who had previously been linked with a move to Liverpool, has signed a long-term contract with Torino, committing his future to the Serie A club until June 2028. This news is a blow to Liverpool's potential midfield reinforcements and puts a pin in their pursuit of the talented Italian midfielder for the time being. Ricci, at just 23 years old, has established himself as a key player for Torino, garnering attention for his ability to dictate play, keep possession under pressure, and maintain impressive pass completion rates. Liverpool had reportedly admired Ricci's qualities and his potential fit within their squad, especially after their summer pursuit of Martin Zubimendi ended without success. However, with Ricci's new contract extension, his market value is likely to increase, making any future transfer negotiations more complicated and expensive. The timing of this deal means that Ricci is now a less feasible target for Liverpool, at least in the near future. Liverpool's January transfer strategy, patience and pragmatism. Liverpool's approach to the January transfer window has been relatively calm and calculated. Manager Arne Slot, speaking in December, reiterated his satisfaction with the squad he has and suggested that while the club would act as it citas, that said, the frustration remains, particularly when reflecting on the Martin Zubimendi saga. The midfield still requires reinforcement, and the prospect of Samuele Ricci joining Liverpool appeared to be an ideal fit. Now fans will turn their attention to the summer transfer window with renewed hope, trusting that the club will identify another player to enhance the squad's midfield creativity and depth. As the January window unfolds, the sentiment among Liverpool supporters is clear. If an irresistible opportunity presents itself, the club should act decisively. However, if such an opportunity does not arise, the expectation is that there will be a significant summer investment to address any remaining gaps. Brentford will host Liverpool in what promises to be a challenging Premier League match on matchday 22 in the new year. The Bees had a less than impressive Premier League campaign last season, but did enough to avoid relegation and secure safety. This season, however, they have made a strong statement, particularly at home, and once again, under the guidance of Thomas Frank, they find themselves performing at a higher level. Meanwhile, Manchester City has had a mixed season despite an excellent start. As of now, Brentford has 20 points from 13 matches and is sitting in 7th place. Liverpool, on the other hand, leads the table with 31 points. Despite losing Ivan Toney before the season began, Brentford has managed to thrive without him. The Bees have made their home ground a fortress, helping them remain near the top of the table. Yoane Wissa and Bryan Mbeumo have been exceptional in attack. The season began with a 2-1 home victory against Crystal Palace. In their second match, Brentford lost 2-0 at Anfield to Liverpool, followed by another home win over Southampton. However, they suffered an away loss to Manchester City on matchday 4. In the League Cup, Brentford advanced at the expense of Leyton Orient, then returned to the Premier League, winning 2 of their next 5 games. They lost to Spurs away, drew with West Ham at home, defeated Ipswich and Wolves at home, and lost 2-1 to Manchester United at Old Trafford. In the League Cup, they needed penalties to overcome Sheffield Wednesday. November saw the Bees continue their mixed form, winning at home against Bournemouth but losing 2-1 to Fulham in a London derby. They then won 2 of their next 3 games, securing a place in the top 10. At the time of writing, Brentford boasts the best Premier League home record with 19 points from 7 games. Meanwhile, Liverpool has continued to progress under new manager Arne Slot after the departure of Jurgen Klopp, following nearly a decade at the helm. Despite struggling to make high-profile signings during the transfer window, Liverpool has performed at an exceptional level under Slot. In the Premier League, they are in a strong position and have emerged as early favorites for the title, thanks to a series of breathtaking performances. As of now, Liverpool has lost just once in all competitions this season, and their momentum appears unstoppable. Just before their top-of-the-table clash with Manchester City in December, Slot discussed his expectations of the players. "I want every player to want to play every game. It would be completely wrong if someone came to me and said, I'm happy to be on the bench today. That's not how it works with him, Alisson Becker, or with anyone. But it's all about attitude when you don't play, and that has been outstanding. For example, from Lucho, Luis Diaz, and Maka, Alexis McAllister, last Sunday when they weren't selected in the first bin, and then they came in really strong. Yesterday, I saw the same thing with Dominik Szoboszlai and Cody Gakpo. They should have the eagerness to play, but if they don't, they have to act in a professional manner. And that's what they all do at the moment." As of now, Liverpool has won 5 of their last 6 Premier League away games. A trip to a team they've dominated in their last 4 meetings offers some confidence. With the standard they've set this season, the Anfield outfit will be full of confidence heading into the match and will be looking for maximum points. However, Brentford's home form makes them a formidable opponent. The exciting match at Brentford Community Stadium in London is set to kick off on Saturday, January 18, 2025, at 1500 GMT. With a 17,250 capacity stadium, the match between the Bees and the Reds will certainly be a spectacle. Getting tickets for this high-profile fixture may be difficult, so it's recommended to check ticket reselling sites if the official club channels sell out. Despite selling Toney in the summer, Brentford has found themselves in strong form, particularly with Yoane Wissa and Bryan Mbeumo playing pivotal roles in attack. Josh Da Silva and Rico Henry are long-term absentees for the Bees, while the likes of Norgard, Janelt, and Flecken may play key roles in this important game.